Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. MC-Mura here. In today's video we're gonna be talking about how you can get better at reading your opponent, how to download your opponent pretty much. And this is a topic that I've seen quite a bit in the community post I've made. Many players ask for how can I get a better feel for the opponent, how can I make better reads. I feel like both of these are kind of tied together, and when you're fighting against someone, obviously you are supposed to be fighting against a human being, right? You can't ever get like 100% read on the opponent. You are trying to guess their behavior, and ideally you want to make that guess as educated as possible, right? And this is something that you will get better at the more experience you will have, in the game or in fighting games in general, and the more experience you have versus the opponent. That's why if you are fighting against someone all the time, like let's say you have a friend, you're fighting that friend all the time, even if your friend is so much better than you will still be able to get a game in here or there, simply because you instinctively got an idea of their habits, when they are trying to press, what they like to do, etc, etc, etc. So even if you're not actively looking for it, instinctively you're just gonna get to download your opponent. But let's say you're fighting someone in rank, someone brand new, someone you have no idea about. Here we have an example, a Poison versus Ken matchup, right? The prerequisite to downloading your opponent or to just getting anything started is to simply understand what options you and your opponent have. If Poison is fighting Ken, I'm expecting Poison to try to zone here with medium raids. I'm expecting Ken to either try to come in on Poison or to play a zoning game from outside of her crouching heavy punch range. Then she will have to approach, trade with the medium raid, or go for like a love me tender to go over the fireballs, and then she will play a little bit more of an aggressive game herself. So at least you wanna have an idea of the general matchup flow or what is expected to happen, right? Let's say you have that. Let's say you know your character and your options, you know your opponent characters and their options. The next step is to categorize the opponent type. One of the key things that many of the players, when they start, or if you're still kinda new to fighting games, your eyes will be all over Poison. Your eyes will be all over your character. You're focused on getting that cool combo that you just learned. You're focused on getting the setup you just learned. You're not actively watching your opponent. And once you actually got better at fighting games, you will start to pay more attention to the opponent, right? You will start to notice what is this Ken guy doing over there. And you will start to play the two-player game, right? So at the start, more likely than not, you're playing a single-player game. As you will develop, you will transition to playing the two-player game. So now it's all about the two-player game. Now I'm observing Ken. Hey buddy Ken, what you're doing? If the Ken player is playing a patient game, like he's trying to wait here, maybe throw a fireball every now and then, but he's not really doing it in a manner that is like a pattern, then I will categorize this Ken as a careful player, right? Now on the other hand, if Ken is trying to like YOLO V-skill kick, right? Heavy kick tatsu, jumping heavy punch, jumping EX tatsu, whatever, right? If he's going for all of this crazy stuff, then I have categorized that Ken as a crazy player, right? So you just need to play it safe at first and observe your opponent. See what they like to do. What I like to do, especially in the first round, is play a kind of like a not active game. I like to see, do they like to dash a lot? Are they patient? Are they cowardly? Are they antsy? Are they careful? Right? You just want to get an idea on what the opponent is like in general. And let's say that we have identified, like by some magical way, right? We found if careful Ken, right? So this Ken is a careful Ken. He likes to play it safe. Now, once I have identified that this Ken is gonna play it safe, I am expecting some sort of traits and behaviors from him. For example, let me show you like a block string, right? So let's say something, or maybe like let's go for something like this, right? If I have identified the Ken as a safe player, I am expecting him to try to walk back out of pressure, right? Like this is the behavior that I will expect from that Ken. If he knocks me down, like let's say that the Ken knocks me down, right? I am expecting him to throw me here and play the throw shimmy game over the overhead low game, right? So I'm expecting the Ken to take the safer options, right? And once I have categorized the opponent as a safe Ken and I have expected this sort of safe-ish behavior, I can then start to act on that. Like for example, like I said, if I'm expecting that he is safe, maybe he will try to walk back, right? Maybe this is what he would like to do. So in my pressure sequences, I will go for a lot of jab into throws, or like something like jab into crouching medium kick, right? Maybe this is a route that I will take, or like activate, or like go for a crouching medium kick, activate my V trigger, and go from there, right? A safe Ken will not wake up like Kitana like that, but we will get into that later. So I will, once I have identified his category, I will go for that sort of play, right? Now let's say that he was a crazy Ken, right? Once we have identified that he's a crazy Ken, well, I am expecting him to challenge, right? Once I try to frame trap him, I am expecting him to jab. So I'm not gonna go for a lot of jab into throws or like walk up pressure. Like if you are expecting a careful Ken, you might go for something like the crouching medium kick, or like go for stuff like that, walk up into stuff. But the crazy Ken is having none of that. The crazy Ken, you wanna keep it tight, right? Now once I get the knockdown as well, I'm gonna go for the meaties, because I know that he's crazy and he will wake up with the tatsus, wake up with the uppercuts, etc, 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 right? Obviously, like I said, you can't get a 100% read on the opponent, but you can expect the behavior. So here we have a game featuring the Beast, obviously Mr. Daigo Omihara, the GOAT, and he's fighting against Jon Takahashi, one of the upcoming Japanese players, a fantastic player in all honesty. We have a Guile versus Cody match, and we also have to set the expectations. Obviously, Daigo or Guile will try to contest the range with his normal, he have booms. Cody is using V-Skill 2, so he has a sway. Maybe Cody will try to get into a range where he can sway and or whiff punish and see what Daigo can do about that. Or maybe Cody will play a more aggressive game, try to space medium kick ruffians, EX zonk. Can go multiple ways. So let's check it out. I will let it play first and commentate over it other than stopping it every now and then. So let's start. Right. So notice here that Jon Takahashi is trying to play that game, right? Where he's trying to walk down Daigo, get into range where he can get a whiff punish, and just do that, be able to sway the sonic booms. Now something really interesting you will note is that Daigo is walking forward and then blocking. And once you actually seen him walk forward, block an attack and got Jon to commit to a wrong whiff punish. When he did like the standing medium kick into the light kick ruffian, that was because Daigo walks forward and block. If you notice, he either walks forward and blocks, or walks forward and doesn't do anything, right? Because he wants Jon to try to challenge him as he is walking forward. He's checking his behavior. It's like he probably could have done more with this combo. Nice. Yeah. Now obviously in an instant like that, he knew that he would lose to a medium kick ruffian into super, or like a fireball, and Jon had to play it safe. He had nothing to worry about. Daigo couldn't throw fireballs, because if Daigo threw any fireballs, Cody could react with super. So that was pretty much it. So from that round, we have established that Daigo is not throwing a lot of booms from the mid-range. He is doing a lot of walk forward into normal. That is because he knows Jon is looking for the whiff punishes, right? So he is walking forward so that he doesn't whiff, or he's walking forward and blocking so that if Jon is trying to buffer something, he will actually block in time and punish the whiff punish attempt or the buffer attempt. Nice. Notice that even from like a maximum range jab, he didn't do jab boom because he knew John would be looking for it, right? See, Daigo's movement is like small little movements, but they're amazing, and John is doing a fabulous job as well. Like, in honesty, it takes a lot more talent to actually play Cody the way he is. Way harder than you would expect. And notice this, John is playing the careful way, right? He went only for one EX zonk, and this was just masterful. If you notice here, what Daigo did, he walked backward to bait the poke, and then punished it with a crouching medium kick boom. Absolutely fantastic. But if you notice, like I said, here John is playing in a more careful game, right? He's not really doing a lot of aggressive actions like EX Fireball and trying to walk behind it, not doing a lot of EX zonks. Right? I love just how Daigo take a little micro step every time he's trying to throw a normal. That's honestly fantastic. He's not whiffing that much. But if you notice here, John is getting a little bit more antsy. Right? Wow. Couldn't believe that was in range to punish actually. Yeah, he's not finding good answers to Daigo's spacing. Like, so far he didn't actually... Oh my... I was just saying he didn't whiff punish anything, then he came up with that. That was beautiful. Nice. V-reversal? Yeah, but it's gonna get grabbed. Didn't get the home run. Damn. And now Guile completely controls the match, right? That was very difficult for Cody. You'd think that Cody have an advantage here, but it's actually really difficult. Notice this. Alright. So I have to stop here. What you're seeing here is that Daigo is noticing that John is trying to reflect or is trying to jump. And he is varying his booms. Light boom. This was a light boom. Right? Heavy boom. EX boom. And he got the jump. This was the download. Right, so instantly once the match started, he noted that John is trying to play that mid-range game. So what he was doing is a lot of walk forward into nothing, walk forward into normal, or simply throwing boom once John has already whiffed. Right, at the end, this was a masterful display of downloading your opponent. He knew that John is trying to either neutral jump boom or swing it if he can react in time. So he tested him with multiple light booms, throw a heavy boom once in there to see if he can catch him off guard with that, and then did the EX boom once he noticed that this is the response that John is trying to go for, right? Absolutely masterful gameplay. It is small details like that, in all honesty, that differentiate the really great players from the mediocre ones. Absolutely fantastic. Daigo's just so good, and honestly, John Takushi played fantastic. Like, I know that it might not seem like it to the untrained eyes, but what he was doing with Cody is insanely good. Like, you have no idea. It's extremely difficult to be as effective playing that style as he did. Wonderful player. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave a like or a comment. It helps the channel so much. I will be leaving a link to the Patreon page and the Discord server page in the description below. Thank you very much for watching and stay safe.